My name is Scott Warren. I am the Director of Jobs for Life here at Schwitzer. And for those of you who are not familiar with Jobs for Life, what Jobs for Life is a program that not only helps people get a job, but it prepares folks, our students, prepares them to keep a job, gives them the skills to become a good, solid, long-term employee. We do a lot of work in building soft skills, we do a lot of work in building character, but there's also another part of Jobs for Life, thank you. There's another part of Jobs for Life that is actually a little bit more important and meaningful to me personally. And that is, we build value back in people. We let people know that their past is not what defines them. Doesn't matter what you've done in your past, doesn't matter mistakes that you've made, good things that have been done, goofy things that have been done, it doesn't matter. With Jesus Christ, all things are new. Just like Mark was saying, all things are new, and He makes all the things new in our lives. And that's one of the things that I love about Jobs for Life, is it builds that value back in. Each and every single one of us have value to bring and to offer to the workplace, and that's what we try to build in. And we've got a little video that we're going to show right quick. It's called Flip the List. It's kind of explains a little better than what I could do with why we do Jobs for Life. And one of the reasons here at Schwitzer, I'll just say this real quick, here at Schwitzer, we used to have a food pantry and was just giving out groceries, giving out groceries, giving out groceries, but we were seeing that that's not changing lives. So the leadership here began to think, we've got to do something other than just give groceries, say a prayer, pat you on the head, and off you go. And then you come back again, wash, rinse, repeat. And so they looked into programs, and Jobs for Life was one of them. Since then, they've also gotten several other things, the Life Change Plan, Faith and Finance, just working on building people back into society, making them, giving them that value, giving that dignity and all of that back. So let's watch the video. It's going to explain a lot better than I can.
Imagine a musician who can no longer make music. By losing the ability to do something they were created to do, they lose a piece of themselves. They lose a sense of purpose. We were created and designed by God to work, and our work is one of the core places that we receive our purpose and dignity. But what if you didn't have access to good work? For millions of people in need, this is reality. Many men and women, for many different reasons, can't find employment, are underemployed, or are shut out of jobs. And without employment, there is loss of purpose and dignity, which creates a vicious cycle of poverty, economically, spiritually, and emotionally. Christians have always been engaged in the fight to break this cycle, but the majority of the church's effort and resources for those in need begins with food, then housing, then clothing, and then at the very bottom of the list is work. But without employment and the means to actually provide for themselves and their families, the cycle continues. Which begs the question, what if we flip the list? What would happen if churches and nonprofits were empowered to actually help those in need, find and keep employment, and provide for themselves? The folks at Jobs for Life think this could change the game forever. Jobs for Life equips local churches and other organizations to champion the cause of work for those who need it most. By teaching individuals a biblical understanding of their identity and work, and surrounding them with a community to support them, we can help people experience the hope and transformation they need to find and thrive at work. Imagine churches and nonprofits being centers where the cycle of joblessness is broken, where business owners receive employees who understand the value and purpose of work. Imagine families restored where children grow up with hope and a future. Imagine communities and entire cities renewed because purpose and dignity have been restored. Jobs for Life believes imagination can become reality. Visit jobsforlife.org to join the movement of people teaching others the dignity of work.
Intense program. It's not just sit in a class, listen to a teacher, and off you go. There's a lot of factors that make Jobs for Life as successful as it is. And one of those factors is what we call our business partners here in the community. We have several business partners that just team up with Jobs for Life, and what they do is, one of the things they do is when our students graduate, if they apply for a position at their facility and they're qualified, they get a face-to-face, they're guaranteed a face-to-face interview. So what, you might say? Well, that's huge. That is very huge, especially in today's market. You put out an application and you're wondering, am I going to get a call back? Is my application going to be seen? On and on, the mind games that can cause. Well, when you know that you put out an application and you're going to get that face-to-face interview, our partners do not guarantee a job, but they do guarantee that face-to-face interview, and that's important because that's the biggest thing that a person applying for a job needs, is to be able to look somebody in the eye and tell them why they want to hire them. And one of our business partners is represented here tonight, Dairy Farmers of America. Randy Tucker has been one of the supporters of Jobs for Life for a long time now. He helps us with our business panels. He comes and one of the things that we do at our business panels, we have a night where business people just come in and just share what their business looks for, what it is that they want in an employee, and then they allow questions from the students to ask them. Another night that we do is what we call our mock interview nights. That is a lot of fun. We get folks like Randy who come and do mock interviews with our students and train them and teach them what it's going to be like when you get out in the real world. But it's in a safe environment to where if they mess up, they can say, hey, you know what, you didn't quite do this, or you need to do that. And they are also allowed to ask questions. So that is a wonderful night. I look forward to that night every time. Scares our students half to death, they got to do it, but I love it.